Hello, it is I. Now with every new Forza game, we get new cars, a new map, and a customization overhaul. And Forza Horizon 5 is no exception. I mean, we're getting new widebody kits, new headlights and taillights, painted brake calipers are practically confirmed, and even engine mods that affect the car's sound. And as great as this is, there's always room for more mods if you ever get bored. Well, that's where your boy comes to play. So here are 10 customization features we'd love to see in Forza Horizon 5. Now before getting into this video, okay, well that was not meant to happen. 4,000 likes is the target as per usual. Liking the video is free and it helps out so much more than you can imagine. And seeing as over half of you guys watching have not subscribed, do consider subscribing to the channel down below. We're on the road to 200k and I love having new faces here on the channel. Thank you very much. Now let's get into this video.
18 plate man's parking a Benz.
Now if you've been keeping up with the Forza Let's Go live streams, you may know that Forza have included many pickup trucks into the franchise, just like the Ford F450 Super Duty. Now these cars are mostly used as workhorses, but some people put on obnoxious lift kits onto them and pretend they're driving a monster truck. And with the sheer amount of pickup trucks in Forza Horizon games, why can't we make proper lift kits customization part? I mean, one of the most iconic mods done to trucks are lift kits, after which their owners put on stupidly large chrome wheels to flex on the haters. And though a lot of people view these trucks as stupid and obnoxious, you cannot deny that they are certainly eye-catching. And lift kits aren't only an aesthetic way of making your truck more unique, but in the game it can be made to make your truck better at off-roading. Now yes, I know flashy lift kits in real life are useless off-road, but in a game anything's possible. So to all the truck people out there, let's hope the developers add lift kits into the franchise sometime very soon.
I got kicked out of school, caught with a kitten.
Now this is a very controversial modification which will trigger a lot of purists, but it's a fantastic way of making your car more unique. Now spoiler removals are already a thing in Forza Horizon games, and it's very Marmite amongst players. I mean, sometimes the car ends up looking wrong, but other times, like with the GT2 RS, it makes the car look so much better. So why not introduce spoiler removals onto more cars in the franchise, especially cars where the wing is molded onto the car itself, like the Ferrari F40. Now the wing is arguably the most iconic thing about the F40, so removing it would be so sacrilegious, but it somehow ends up looking pretty good without a wing. And the same thing applies with the Senna. The wing was so controversial, but if you end up removing it, it actually looks half decent. So fingers crossed the developers give us extra freedom with removing the spoilers on more cars in the game. Ever since the start of Forza back in 2005, we've been getting better and better modification parts over time. From engine mods to fine-tuning to wide bodies to police lights to drift angle kits, we've had a lot. Yet we've never had interior customization. Now you're probably thinking this isn't a big deal, but you might create a Lexus SC300 Drift car in Forza Horizon, which looks like a Formula Drift comp car on the outside, but on the inside it looks like a luxury Grand Tourer, which is just so wrong. So as a little taster into interior modifications, Forza should at least let us be able to change out the steering wheel of our cars, as the steering wheel is the only disconnected part of the interior, meaning it could easily be swapped out, just like the car's actual wheels. That way you can make your race car actually look like a race car from the inside. Very nice.
My drink is super strong. I'm blessed.
Now with engine sound customization to be confirmed in Forza Horizon 5, it's safe to say we're all very happy to hear that. But we can always go one step further and add custom exhaust tips into the game. Because let's be honest, if you modify your car's engine so much that it drastically changes the way the car sounds, the exhaust is not going to look stock. So why not change it to something that better suits the sound of the car? I mean, the only way we can change the exhaust tip is by changing the bumper of your car. And even then it only changes the exhaust for a very, very small selection of cars. So fingers crossed we'll be able to switch out purely stock exhaust tips for big fat ones in Forza Horizon 5.
Two twin pipes at the rear of the whip, hear it when I'm steering the bitch.
Now I touched on one interior modification a couple minutes ago, but I thought of another genius way of making your car's interior seem more race car. As on most sporty cars, you see gauges. Whether it's on the A-pillar, the center console or the dashboard itself, it can make a car look way sportier than it already is. I mean, I've got gauges on my Prius and it's practically a Bugatti Zonda now. Anyways, you might be thinking gauges would be so hard to add. What reading would they show? How would you order it? What color would they be? It'll be way too complicated. Ah well, if Polyphony Digital were doing it back in 2013 with Gran Turismo 6, what's stopping Playground Games from doing this 8 years later? And yeah, Gran Turismo 6 genuinely had custom gauges in the game and it was so cool. So if the developers are watching this video, custom steering wheels and gauges, trust me, the community would love it.
Free car convoy in Sutton. My mum got matching whips with.
Now Forza have given us many widebody kits designed by themselves, like the Audi RS6 Avant, Ford Focus RS, Infiniti Q60, and the super wide Jaguar F-Type R. They're so obnoxious and stupid that they're brilliant. But what if you want a more OEM looking widebody kit? Well, I reckon Forza should add molded widebody kits which make the car look wider but retains that OEM look. Just like the Forza Edition E30 M3 from Motorsport 7. How beautiful is that, man? So Forza, please add more of this to Horizon 5, as that widebody kit right there is a masterpiece. Now, Forza, I believe, is the first racing game to introduce engine swaps, and it was such a great feature. I'm sure if you play Forza, at least half your cars have been engine swapped. Everybody loves them, even purists. However, there are two problems. Number one, engine swaps are pretty restrictive. You can only put certain engines into certain cars. And number two, most of these engine swaps are way too sensible. I mean, so an S52 swap, an LS swap, and a rally engine swap is all cool in real life, but in a video game, we'd like a little more madness. I mean, we have a Napier Railton in Forza Horizon 4, so why not make its 24 litre W12 an engine swap? The Rimac Concept 2 has a 1900 brake horsepower electric motor. You can make that an engine swap. The Iron Knight has a 24 brake horsepower quad turbo motor. Turn that into an engine swap. It'll be so fun to have these as legitimate engine swaps in Forza Horizon 5, so let's hope the developers and directors are crazy enough to let that become an actual thing in the next game.
Ain't it different? I'll lick my thing
The final editor in Forza is fantastic. It's so easy to use compared to other games like Test Drive Unlimited, Need for Speed, and The Crew 2. There's so much shapes to play around with, and you can of course search for whatever design you're looking for. So I applaud the developers for that. But there's one thing that Need for Speed have done so much better than Forza with their livery editor, which is that in Need for Speed, you can choose what finish you want your sticker to be. For example, if you have a matte black car, but you want to apply a chrome gold sticker, you can do that. Whereas in Forza, if you have a matte black car, you can only put a matte gold sticker. The finish of your sticker would be the same as the car pretty much, so it would be really cool if you could layer your stickers and choose what finish you want, just like in real life. Having this sort of freedom would help make the community make some banging designs, and it could make the finished livery look way more realistic than what we currently have.
so I was on the strip getting clients.
There's one problem with Forza Horizon 4 and all Forza games which really gets on my nerves, which is that with cars that look good when they're slammed, you can never get it anywhere near the ground. One of those cars being the R32 GTR. They look so good when they're lowered, but the only way you can slam them is by giving them the Panda Rocket Body kit. But not everybody wants to do that. So Forza should add a new suspension system that slams the car to the ground, just like what they've done with the Ford F100 and the Ford Deluxe Coupe. That way we wouldn't have to put obnoxious body kits to lower our cars, and you could create some really unique builds which you could never create in the prior Forza games. Thus I'm really hoping Forza follows through and eventually brings slammed suspension into the game. And that's the end of the video. Hope you lot did enjoy. If you did not enjoy this video, that's a bit sad. Don't know why I grabbed this cushion. Anyways, if you want to see more videos like this one that makes Saw 2, yeah, we are trying to hit 200k by the end of this year, so any help would be much appreciated. Also leave a comment down below, it helps out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. I'll try to get to as many of you people as I can. Thank you very much, and I'll catch up with you guys with us all. Until next time, have a good one guys, stay safe, stay inside. Until next time, cheers.
My dineros, what I'm out to get sombrero. I get hat and then I'm out again. Got an A1 Chica with a drive like a 3 litre, that's what she needs D4 like the outfit.